Welcome everybody. First of all, can we please check out my 80s prom dress look? How are we loving this look? I've never been so excited about a dress. So today we are going to be talking about, okay. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm so excited because number one, it's my birthday on August 31st. So in celebration of my birthday, I have a limited edition special way to work with me one-on-one, which is going to be off the hook. And it is 31 days for $3,100 of private coaching with me, which is like, oh my God, such an amazing, it's going to be so good. So what it's really designed for, so it's private coaching. It's going to be all in Voxer. And it's designed for intuitives and healers who are looking for a match to them. So intuitives and healers who are looking for somebody who is also intuitive so that you can build off each other's intuition and really unwrap and present your gifts to the world. So this is what this is about. So somebody who's really craving spiritual growth, and she understands that in the spiritual growth, the human desire comes with that, right? So of course, in digging deeper into our spiritual growth, into our gifts, and sharpening our intuition and our precision, and in us being able to bounce off one another and ping pong, of course, the money is going to also come. Of course, the business is also going to come. Of course, we're going to come up with different marketing strategies. Of course, we're going to come up with branding, with launches, with all that kind of stuff. So I'm so excited about this because these are the people that I really, really want to work with, is the intuitives, like the women who are looking for a match to them, who are looking to, sorry, this is distracting, this iPad, shush. Women who are really looking, when you're like, I just wish I could find a me for me. So what happens often is with our clients, we're often the ones uplifting, or we are the stronger energy. So even if it's clients that we absolutely love, for us intuitives and healers, we're constantly using our intuition to dig. And when it's someone who's not quite on a peer level for intuition. So when you're able to meet someone who can meet you with that intuition, who also has a clear channel, this is when the magic happens, because then we can read each other's souls and then we can ping pong like that. So this is 31 days of private coaching at $3,100. So the normal price is usually $10,000 for that, and it's going to be amazing. If you want to do the one-on-one, it's going to be in Voxer. So just me and you in Voxer, rolling conversation, focused all on you. So you bring whatever it is you want to bring to the table, and then we hack it and we grow on it and we get all the inspiration and all the good stuff. And the other option that you can do is you can do a 10-day mastermind for $333. So that means you're also in there in a group chat, you're there with the sisterhood, it's a different price point, and you are there to also listen to them or whatever. So one thing that I do find holds people back from doing a mastermind is they might feel like they're worried that they're going to get overwhelmed or something like that. So if you're worried about that, you really have to know that anytime that you're having focused attention on you, the only way you're not going to get what you want is if you don't ask for it. With one-on-one coaching, with masterminds, as long as you show up and ask for the thing that you want, you can't walk away without it. So if you're somebody who happens to get a little bit overwhelmed, what you want to do is you want to say, okay, I'm just going to go in, I'm just going to get what I need, I'm going to say my thing, and then I'm going to check out. And I don't need to worry about catching up with all the conversations. If it's moving really fast, I can if I want to. Hi, Thomason. I can if I want to. If it interests me to listen to what everybody said and I like doing that, then I can. But also, if I'm feeling a little crazy in my head, I can just tap in, say my thing, and tap out. And this way, there's not a bunch of scheduling, especially for those of us who just have busy lives, or we have kids, or we have this and that going on. The least amount in our schedules, the better. So this way, we're able to go in and it's just rolling. So while I'm at this, okay, so now you guys know about the gifted launch, okay? And I'm going to take, thank you, Melanie. I'm taking a maximum of 10 people for that. So there is a limit on it. The next thing I'm going to do is some intuitive business channeling right now, right here, if you want to. So whoever would like to have some of that done right now in the hot seat, I would love to do that. If you want to comment below and say like me, or put up your hand, what we can do is we can go in and we can start doing some channeling on you and what it is that you really want and the next steps to that. So in any time with my private coaching, with my intuitive stuff, there's always like practical, actionable steps, and there's the energetic. So we tap on both of them. So it's not that you're just going to get this like flighty, airy thing. You're also going to get, okay, and like the masculine energy of let's do this would be blank. Okay, Tamsin, yay. So Tamsin, what's the thing that you want in your business right now? Like, what is the thing that you want to happen? If it could just plop down into your lap, what is the thing that you'd be like, oh, that's what I want? So whether it be an income goal, a thing you want to buy, an amount of clients, a launch, a program, what is it that you're really wanting to happen right now? And anybody else who wants to have an intuitive business reading, you can comment below as well, and then I'll go into the next reading. So everything that I do with my private clients is always intuitively channeled, and this is the strongest power in the world, because when you're not using your intuition, it basically could be irrelevant. Like if I just come here and talk at you, if I just start talking at Tamsin and just like saying random things, it might not even be relevant to what she is going through. Yay, Louise, you juicy lipped babe. Louise, if you want a reading, just share the video and comment shared, and then I'll do you next after Tamsin. So Tamsin, I'm still waiting. Same thing with you, Dana. If you want me to read you, just comment below shared and share the video, and then I'll go into channeling you as well. So, okay, Tamsin, I want to plop 10 or more clients. Okay, so as I read you too, please comment back and forth with me so that we can kind of like work off one another. I would love that. So anyone who gets channeled, it makes it a lot easier when we can go back and forth. So as I really dip into your soul, and as I really look into that, because there's the surface level human thing that you want, right? So the human thing that you want is 10 clients. And if we go a little bit deeper in that, so the human goal is the clients. And if we dig down into your soul, I'm going to see what I can channel here and what the real feeling and what your soul is really wanting from that. Because it's definitely creation, for sure. Creation is very important to you. And here's what I feel like what your soul is really wanting out of those 10 people is to be able to create a collective energy, number one, and a birth of something new with each client. So what I see, the most satisfying thing for you and your soul to do is, okay, you've got this one client, she's coming in, and the biggest, most important piece is that she's open to rebirth. She's opening to you basically impregnating her with your seed so that you guys can grow together and she can birth a new thing into the world. This is what I see you doing. On a grand scale, I want to help as many people as I can. Yes. Okay. So if you want to help a lot of people, it's important for you to also have group programs, right? But let's focus firstly on the first 10. So in this, what I feel is each individual person, you're planting a seed basically in her and you guys are growing together. So I feel like when you guys grow together and you experience the whole journey, this is the most fulfilling part of you. Like when you get to see, so like, let's say, for example, when a woman goes through pregnancy and she's becoming pregnant with her new program she's going to birth or her new her that she's going to become, it's like you love seeing every step of that journey and you love being part of it, right? So it really wouldn't be super satisfying for you, for her to, for example, get pregnant with your seed of creation. So let's say you get on a call with her and you give her all these ideas and stuff like that, and she just fucks off and she doesn't come back for another year, and then she tells you, oh, I birthed our baby. Like, that wouldn't be satisfying for your soul. What your soul is really wanting is to feel like she's in a journey of sisterhood and womanhood and like voluptuousness and like really embracing who you are and the shape of your life and like how it's beautiful, and every curve that you take in life and every road you go down has beauty, and the structure is part of the beauty and the freedom is part of the beauty. So it's very important for you to be with clients who can express that and are open to sharing that with you and want to feel those things with you, because you're a little bit more like, you like to be in the juice of it, right? So this is where, let's say, for example, you have a group program, you need to find ways to also feel that connection while they're not super disconnected, right? So what you really like is people who are very open, and you're not having to like constantly massage the words out of them. Do you know what I mean? Like women who are very closed off, they've got a lot of defense mechanisms up, they've got something to prove, and they've got almost like they want to argue with you about what they've hired you for. Like that is not the vibe. So watching people eat each bite of the food I make them. Exactly. I feel you. So it's like, what I see is it's important that you guys are able to do the work together, and closeness is really important. So whatever that looks like, if it looks like a Voxer chat, if it looks like Zoom to you, if it looks like private calls to you, but definitely I feel, so let's say they're in a longer program that's like 10 months and you have like a phone call once a month and then you have Voxer chats in between or something like that. However it is that you like to stay connected. But the biggest piece is that she's able to already communicate, and you're not having to like coach her on dropping defense mechanisms to communicate. Like she is there for her personal growth, and she wants to talk about everything that's going inside, and she wants to purge the stuff that wants to come out, right? So that's what we want. That's like your ideal client, right? So she's open to growing, she's open, she's honest, she's got nothing to prove, she wants to share, she wants to feel connected. Like the type of client where you guys could go to the beach and like be naked beside each other and just laugh really hard and like have a drink and laugh at the fact that you're sitting there naked on the beach. Like that type of client. Okay, and then so that's your soul client. Hi, Dana. And in the having 10 of those, it's also this vibe of like, we're a tribe, right? So do you want the whole, yes, me and you would do that, Thomason. I feel like we would do that. And then I would comb your hair to make it even bigger. Because I would want it to be like, poof. And then I would take pictures of you jumping in the ocean while you're naked. So anyways, in the having the 10 women and the stacking and the tribe energy, what it also is feeling like, what your soul, like they're showing me literally a past life that you had where you might have been like a witch or like a spellcaster, and you would get women together. Maybe you do this in this life, I don't know, but you would literally get women together naked in the forest, and you guys would go in like a sisterhood, and maybe you would do weird things like free bleed or like very feminist things. I mean, hey, if you want to free bleed, go at her. The point is, you guys would get together and you would circle together and you would help women specifically also free themselves from relationships. This was like a past life thing that you did, and you guys would like cast spells, which is basically kind of like setting intentions. And I think it's something that you could work in. Also, I feel like you are really amazing at helping people interpret their dreams. If you haven't started doing that, like really looking into people's dreams and the subconscious behind it, that's another thing I feel you'd be amazing with. But I think you should get women in the forest naked or something. Or maybe you can get like a healing circle going in the forest, and maybe you guys will paint, or maybe you'll do meditations, or maybe you'll chant, or maybe you will free bleed. I don't know what you're gonna do, but nature and using the elements of nature. So really saying, okay, what do I want to help these women do? Do I want to help them ground? And then, okay, I'm going to take them to the mountains. Do I want to help them release emotion? Okay, I'm going to take them to the beach. Do I want to help them learn how to have a healthier relationship with like the adrenaline rush? Okay, I'm going to take them white water rafting. So what I see you doing is actually taking women on physical experiences and showing them how that ties into their life story and what's going on inside of them, if that makes sense. So this could be in retreats or whatever it is. And obviously you'll have other stuff going on because you won't constantly be hosting retreats. I loved you picked on when you helped me birth it. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then something about being barefoot, because I also see branding photo shoots where you're like standing with women and you guys are barefoot and you're connecting to the earth. So the more raw the connections can be, the better for you guys. And I do feel like you could do, like open up your ideas to how you want the 10 women to come in. So whether it be a mastermind, whether it be a group program, whether it be individual, don't micromanage that. Just say, okay, I want these 10 women. And really what the feeling is the feeling of tribe, the feeling of being held by all of the history of their stories. That's it. We got it. This is it. Because we all know like sisterhood. Yeah, we all want sisterhood. But you know what it is? It's specifically looking at the history of their stories and how intricate they are and how beautiful they are, and getting those women to share that, because every time they do, your soul gets taken through that story and opens up. So all of their wounding that you help them heal, it integrates inside of you and it turns you into a piece of their history. How beautiful is that? So beautiful, you witchy little bitch. Yes, okay. So the point is, I feel like you use nature and you use outside sources to create inner experiences, because some women, we find it a little bit more, some people find it more difficult to really get deep down into their soul. And when you involve something like a spa, the earth, the cabin, the snow. Yeah. When you involve something like that, it helps the human drop down, right? So what you can do is also, because you are so confident, like in your human body and in the amount of space that you take up, like I'm always brought back to your hair. Like your hair is such a metaphor for you. Like I'm fucking taking up space and I'm doing it my own way. I'm wild and free. So I feel like also, I don't know if you teach on body, but if you don't, you could for sure. Like really helping women to like take up space with all of their body. Do you know what I mean? And you don't even have to try to do that because you just are that, right? So even them just sitting beside you, you wouldn't even have to talk about it in order for them to be empowered by that piece of it. Therefore, your nakedness changes lives. Because I just keep seeing visions of you naked with women. But it could, so that could be like literal, but it could also be metaphorical, right? Like naked is your ultimate rawness. Naked is that vulnerability. Naked is like showing that thing that you think makes you imperfect, but really it is perfect. Like if you have dinner size plate areolas, that's okay. I had those when I was pregnant. Every pregnant woman has them, and you don't even have to be pregnant to have them. Like it's okay if your areolas are big. It's okay if your nipples are long. It's okay if your puss is chubby. I'm saying this because I have all those things. Does it make you not like me? You probably like me even more. Like my nipples are 3 Smarties long, just so you guys know. When I got my boobs done, I was going to get them trimmed. Like you can do that. But then I thought it was going to be too painful. And I thought like, what if they trim them and sew them on crooked or something? And also like my puss is super chubby, which is so weird. Like look at me. I don't know, for some reason, all of my fat goes to my puss lips. And I just have this like really meaty pud. Because it's more cushion for the pushing. Okay. Anyways, Tamison, this is what I see for you. So if we're going to like chop it up and be serious here, the thing that I feel for you that's the most important is the rawness, the realness, the nudity, the bareness. And so here's what's going to be important in your programs. your programs and your coaching is not all about bells and whistles and fancy this and sales systems and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's not about that. Simple, bare, raw, vulnerable, wild, free, yes, tribal. That's exactly it. That is the word. You need a photo shoot to represent that. And so bringing all of that back into your brand and doing everything in context of that. So tribal, bare, and I also feel like you're going to sort of transition, because we grow in our businesses, right? So you might be going through a phase yourself in where you're hibernating or you're getting ready, you're like rooting, you're really grounding and things like that. So then you're designing a program that's in alignment with that. Okay, now you're feeling really fluid. You've been doing a lot of crying. You've been doing a lot of releasing. Okay, now I'm going to release a program on that. And I also feel like the full moons and stuff, you are sensitive and you're very aligned to the moons. And I mean that with your period, but also beyond that. Because I feel like you start doing your painting and stuff on very specific moon cycles, and that's really good, and you're really naturally in sync with those. If you want to add some stones or something, you can enhance that, or like essential oils. But if you can plan around like, okay, I know there's a blue moon here, I know there's a full moon here, I know I'm ovulating here. If you can work in energetic match with those, that's a bonus. It's not something that you need to overthink or anything, but that would be amazing. So do you notice how, okay, so yes, we want the 10 people, but what it's really about is this feeling of like sisterhood, not just in the way of like we're friends and we talk together and we laugh together, deep rooted sisterhood, like real sisterhood, because we've got the sisterhoods that we all have online, for example. So let's say we see the bitches that we're rooting for, we see the girls who are celebrating, and we don't super know them, but we know that we got their back and we like them. Like, that's a sisterhood, and we'll like comment on them, and we make effort to like engage and stuff like that. Like, that's a sisterhood. But I'm talking like deep-rooted sisterhood where you walk through the shadow together, and not only just not just you walking her through the shadow, like you're walking through shadows as well, and you guys are doing it together, right? Okay, Dan, I'll see you next time, hopefully. So it's like the women who are going to bear it all, and they're going to shed the tears, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be sad, and it's going to be frustrating, and it's also going to be liberating and freeing. So really making sure that like these are the women who, they might not be fully bare when they come to you, but they're willing to get naked. They're willing to get bare, right? They're willing to strip down everything, and sometimes it hurts, unfortunately. It's not pretty. Growth doesn't always look beautiful. Growth sometimes looks very ugly, unfortunately. Like I just went through the dark night of the soul last month. Deep shadow work, it wasn't pretty. It was ugly. But now I'm on the other side of it, and I'm finally at the it was so worth it point. So the thing that also, so if you were going to do something with me, Tamison, like the new gifted thing would be amazing, because it's specifically for healers and intuitives, the private coaching. So you could do the one-on-one private coaching, which is 31 days. It's open till September 1st at $3,100, or the mastermind, which is $333. So if you were going to do something with me there, it would be, because then we get to like actually talk together, and we get to get down to like your real raw vulnerabilities and your realness. And then you get to pour that out onto your community and your sisters, because we know that you're willing to do that. Like, you do it with your clients and stuff, but there's another sisterhood when you're able to meet someone toe to toe, head to head, par to par. It's so important for healers and intuitives to have this for themselves, when they're always the one doing the digging and doing the holding and doing the space. Yes. Okay. So the next person after that was Louise Scott. Are you still there, Louise? please let me know if you're still there, and then I will, yay, Louise, you're still here. Okay, so Louise, hi Corey. Please tell me what it is that you are wanting in your business right now, right? And then, yeah, we'll do Louise next. So if you could have anything in your business, what would you want to kind of like plop down right here, right now? What is the thing that you would want to happen? And then we're going to go in. So this is how you start to lead with soul, right? So this is what I've realized is our soul is always trying to talk to us, but our human overrides our soul with the human surface level desire. And then that makes our soul try to speak louder, and we're constantly shoving it down. Too many ideas for fab programs, need to narrow it down. Okay, so cool. All right, so here's what I'm feeling is you've just went through a cycle of expansion, of creation. Like, okay, look at all these infinite possibilities. And what I feel that you've been doing in the last little bit is really building belief in yourself and seeing lots of things that you admire and like inspiration, right? Okay, I'm super inspired, all of this coming, all of these ways. And now that phase is kind of like complete. And now what it's wanting is focus, like, so, because I feel like the reinvention, it kind of like happened already. You're at the tail end of the reinvention and you're ready to like, okay, I'm ready to stop inventing things and I want to actually take action now. So what the soul is really wanting is this ultimate precision and this ultimate focus of like, right here, right now, here I am, I'm doing the damn thing. Thanks for the juicy Mitch of it. Yeah, love you, Thomason. So now what it's about is really saying, okay, and I'm ready to actually make a move now. So what's my baller move? So also when we look at this, it's also a fierceness that's being channeled. And it's also like, not only do I believe that I can, I will. Because I believe that I can and I believe that I could, but now I will and now I am, right? So I think the first thing you would want to look at is you've got all of these ideas. The biggest thing I want to look at is like, if I could make money off any of these ideas that I was going to launch, which one would be the dream come true? And I like to also look at the outside energy and see if it's the strongest anywhere. So sometimes when I'm like, I wonder what program I want to launch next, or I wonder what thing I should launch next, you'll notice that there's a lot of, if there's a pattern in your external, that's probably telling you something. So if I notice, okay, a lot of people have been inquiring about this one master class. Okay, a lot of people have been asking about this other program. Then I start to definitely talk about those programs more and work with the energy instead of like just randomly picking something. So you want to look at where your energy is right now and which one would also match where your energy is right now. Because here's what I also feel is that all these ideas in creation, it's kind of given you almost like a 10-month layout of your business and your structure. So I think probably you might have set an intention for like, okay, I want to have a plan. I want to have a structure. I want to have a business plan. And so what's happened is they've given you all 10 months of the ideas so that you can feel prepared, right? So that you have something, but now you're like, oh my God. So you want to write all of the stuff down, and then you want to look at which ones are really popping out to you and go back to those. Oh, that would be cool, because you do beauty, right, Louise? Just to confirm, that's still what you're doing. Like you're still doing, like you're an esthetician, right? Because you do have the ability to do all of those things. And I think that a menu kind of like system would be amazing. And what I'm seeing for you is also a premium package as well for people who want all of it. And maybe they don't want all of it at once even. Like maybe they want to buy the whole meal deal. So the exclusive like presidential suite queen package. And maybe that's like a pedicure, a manicure, a skin thing, a back thing, but they want to do it like once a week for 6 weeks, because then it's really exciting. They get like something to do each week, or maybe it's one a month for 6 months or whatever. So you could do that, and you could have them pay up front. And of course, they're going to get a discounted deal because they're buying so many. And then they get, it's almost like a subscription. How cool would that be? Oh my God, a beauty subscription? Fuck yeah. Okay. How cool would this be? And you could base it on the seasons. You could be like, okay, I know that wintertime people are starting to get dry or whatever. I know that summertime people are wanting to work on their tans and they want like dewy skin. I know that in fall time, people are really wanting to, I don't know, what are they wanting to do? Like maybe like they're darkening their hair. Oh, that's already coming. Okay, so we're so on the same page. So you could have a fucking beauty subscription. And if you wanted to, so let's say they enroll in the subscription, maybe you put like a seasonal lip color in there, or it's like transitioning into fall, so they want to like go darker in their nails. Okay, so this is such a confirmation, because then this also allows you variety, right? And it's relevant. And so, okay, so you'll be selling that. You'll be selling the beauty subscription, which you will mention to everybody who comes in for a solo service. But when you're looking at like, what do I launch right now? What do I talk about most right now? I feel like you want to relate it to the seasons, right? So if it's super hot out, maybe my hair is drying out, maybe I need hair masks, something like that. Oh, it's summer, I'm going to start bleaching my hair. Okay, maybe I need like stuff like that. Or everybody's always looking for anti-aging stuff, including me. Like people are always looking for that kind of thing. And then staying up to date, like I know that I think you do like lip blush and then the eyebrows. The other thing that you could do, just to add to all of your ideas, is hair tattooing. So that's like, let's say for people who have receding hairlines like me, you can actually get, just like when you microblade tattoos, you can get your hairline tattooed. So like for me, you'll see my hairline goes back really far. Like literally that's way back here. And so I've debated lots about like getting the microblading tattoo in there to fill it in a bit. So that could be a thing too. Like that is, so really staying up to date and staying current on the new trends. But this is what I think that you should do to give you focus, is focus on like what's going on with people's appearances right now. And also having opportunities to have those larger packages. Yeah. Okay. That's the thing. Okay. So that's what I would focus on. So if you were going to do something with me, the thing that's coming up is like body goals for sure. So if you're wanting to work on hot body goals or anything like that, you could do my Lose 20 Pounds in 4 Weeks program or my Food Freedom program. Hi, Sam. Or if you wanted like private coaching, that includes all of it, right? So the Lose 20 Pounds is $350 a month. And then the Food Freedom is like way deeper into mindset and all that. And that one is $1,333. But here's the thing, Louise, is I also feel like going into, I don't know where you live and what the seasons are right now, but I feel like your body is ready for a transformation for sure. Like that is part of what your soul is wanting, because it doesn't only want to be fulfilled in business. It also wants you to make your own beauty a priority. And of course, your clients are going to love that, right? Your clients are going to feel really connected to you in that, because what I feel is your soul wanting to shed extra weight, and then you being so much more excited about fashion and so much more excited about, like, I see you just being so excited for what you're going to put on today to see your clients, like a fashion show every day. What outfit am I going to wear to like accentuate my body, instead of what outfit am I going to wear to like hide this or hide that, or for it to be, you know, for it to be flattering in this one area or whatever. So that's what I see for you next. So when you're ready to do that step, we can talk about options for you. So always the nice makeup. Okay, so next, I think next was Aubrey. When it comes to me, are you still here? And was there somebody else who asked for a reading? Because for those of you who don't know, I'm doing intuitive business readings. So if you want a reading, please comment below, share the video and put shared, and then I will give you an intuitive business reading. If Aubrey is still here, let me know, because I'm not going to go into a reading if potentially the people aren't here. Okay, yay. And then Sue, if you want a reading as well, just let me know, comment, share it, and then I'll read you. So Aubrey, where are you at with like the last time we talked? I know we had made a plan for you, and can you tell me what's the current energy, like what's currently going on? What are you currently working towards? I know we had talked about like money with you and like building your way up and making a small offer. Have you done any of that stuff? What are you kind of like, what's going on? What are you feeling there? And then we can go into that, because maybe you've made some progress, which would be super exciting. Let me see if I can, while I'm waiting for your response, maybe I'll be able to pick up on anything. There's definitely like more heartbreak, right? There's more like, okay, this hurts so much, bringing down to my knees. I can't take it. I can't go, but knowing that you can. Like there's a lot of like, I feel like I can't do this, but I know that I can, right? And it feels like your energy is not totally on point, but it feels like it has gotten a little bit better, like as far as physical energy and ability to do things. But definitely there's some gaps in your nutrition. Like I feel like you're under eating, and that's part of lack of energy. So I definitely feel like you need to eat more often. So right now I'm working on up leveling. I've been super consistent on my Instagram. That's awesome. Breaking subconscious self-sabotage patterns. Energy is much better. Perfectly. Have you designed an offer and put it out into the world? Because that's your next step. Yeah, under eating is true. So the other thing is, it feels like with like food, it just gets annoying and you don't feel like making it or cooking it or cutting it up, and then you don't want to clean up the mess after either. So then you'll just postpone it and not eat anything. And what it does is it also creates a little bit of brain fog. So if you just have something simple like apples around, rice cakes around that you can put some peanut butter on top of, that would help to give you some more energy. Making a smoothie that you can like sip on. Things that are simple, don't take a lot of time and energy to make, that don't drain you more, but at least then you're going to be getting nourished. Do you know what I mean? So there's that. I'm feeling nervous as how to share it. I'm working on content. Okay. So I like to say anytime that you're making content, you want to make it relevant to where you are right now. Because here's what happens is we will tell ourselves, I'm being vulnerable or this and that. And we might share about something that happened a long time ago and it's almost so healed that it's like almost irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? I'm a big 3 astrology reading is where I'm back to. So anyways, what you want to look at is what's relevant with what's going on in your life, and when you're sharing content, share from there. Okay, so everybody listening, this is a very coachable moment for you that's going to be life-changing. So for as long as you're talking about the thing that you overcame 10 years ago, it's no longer hard to share. It's very easy to share. It's like you healed it forever ago. Like if I were to say, talk about my relationship with men, for example, like that, it's not even relevant anymore because it's so far in the past. So anyways, as long as you're sharing about the thing that you healed 1 billion years ago, what you're going to do is you're going to attract clients who are 1 billion steps behind you. And so you're just fucking yourself over. So what you really need to do is, instead of sharing things that you overcame centuries ago, you've got to really drop down into your vulnerability right here, right now. And while you don't need to share every nitty-gritty detail of your personal life, but you want to look at where your energy is right now, what you're feeling, extract the lesson from it and share content from that place. And that's authentic and that's aligned. So this is why there will become gaps in our marketing and there will become gaps in our audiences. And you'll be like, I don't understand why I'm not attracting people who are on my level or on par with me. I keep attracting people who need motivation, or they need check-ins, or they need mothering. And it's often because you're not sharing about where you are right now, and you're sharing about the thing that you've already overcome a long time ago, that you're confident in talking about, instead of growing and speaking about the vulnerability right now. So really dropping down into your soul and speaking from your soul. So the point of why I said that is because this is the place that you want to be sharing content from. I'm working to get into coaching only, using the fact that I'm an astrologer, a card reader, a healer as tools in the coaching container. Okay, so your astrology you're right. So your astrology is a tool, right, to help people with what's going on. So you want to look at the relevant energy. So maybe you're going to do card readings around the blue moon, or card readings around like something that is going on right now that people can come into right now. Money magic coach. And then you want to also look at what you're feeling inside. Okay, so maybe this looks like a post that sounds something like, let's say you're going through a blue moon, or I don't know that much about that kind of stuff. But let's say you're making a post and you're not just sharing general information about where the energy is at. Instead, you're talking about the energy that you feel inside your life, your mind, your heart, and your body. Instead of just saying, yes, everybody, this is what's going on with the energy in the world, right? So drop down into your soul and personalize it. So, maybe it looks like a post that says, when energies are going crazy and there's different chaos going on around you, and sometimes there's darkness around you, but you can see the light, and sometimes it's hard, but it can be easy, and you start becoming aware of the differences and the dualities. This is one step into being able to finally get your life together, because at least you can see it now. Whereas when you're deep in the darkness, you can't even see it. It just has its grasp on you, and it just has a hold of you, and your soul isn't even in control. You're just being taken by other people's energy that's overbearing you and making you feel like you're in a trap. So when you're wanting to really free yourself, and when you're wanting to feel this uplifted feelings and you want to fly, when you really want to fly, the first step is like what you can do right now today. The first step is detaching yourself from other people's energies so that you can feel your own breath, so that you're not feeling smothered by the darkness. And then teaching people how to connect with the light when they're feeling the darkness. So do you see how when I was speaking, I was channeling your soul and what you're going through? And because you're not in a place of like, oh, everything is beautiful and like, this is my dream. I'm not channeling a post about making things your dream. I'm channeling a post that is relevant to where you're at, and it's coming from my heart and my soul, and I'm extracting the lesson. And so the thing that I feel like you can be good at is, yes, of course you're going to use astrology and cards or whatever it is. But what you're doing is you're helping people step into the light. You're guiding them to the light. You're guiding them to the right path when their brain keeps getting in the way. Because although you're finding it difficult for you to do that for yourself, when you're doing it with clients, your brain doesn't get in the way as much because your brain doesn't know their whole past, right? You've got all your traumas and your stories. And this is why we find it difficult to channel for ourselves, because our human brain is in the way. But when we're channeling for clients, of course it can come through easy because we don't have judgments on them. We're like, oh yeah, I believe in you. So guiding people to the light, helping them identify the different paths and which path to take, helping them to to strengthen their own intuitions so that they know where they can go, and so that they know no matter what choice they make, they're always going to be safe and they're always going to be held and they're always going to know. Like giving people confirmations, and when they see that physical card being laid down, that's also another confirmation. And then you can teach them about using stones and this and that if they want to enhance their experiences, and you can give them little prayers that they can say when they're on their own or whatever, like giving them little rituals almost to get out of their head. So maybe the ritual is like a rose quartz and kissing it, placing it on their heart, saying a prayer and putting it under their pillow, or writing a letter to a loved one and burying it or burning it or whatever it is. Yes, that's amazing. So that's what I feel like for you. Like you gotta, so now you've been consistent in showing up, but you've also got to give somebody an opportunity to pay you, right? So it's time to take the next step. And the fear of rejection that's coming in there, the fear of what if nobody buys it, that fear is just coming from past coding with men and relationships. So just recognizing that, and it's like, if somebody said something to you like, oh, you're never going to be able to make a living off that, or oh yeah, you and your voodoo shit, or you and your witchy shit, this and that, like I feel like there's maybe been some little remarks like that about how it's not a valid sellable thing. Just recognizing, okay, that's not my voice, that's his voice, or that's their voice, or that's that person's voice. That's not my voice. I'm coming back to me and my truth. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next person. Can you please, who would like to go next on intuitive business channeling? Please let me know and comment below, and then I will be going into that. Yeah, my son's father is the biggest hater. Yeah, I can feel him all up in there. And I feel like you've done some good work on that though. I feel like you've done good work on identifying, okay, no, that's his stuff. No, this is my stuff. Whereas before you weren't, it was so intertwined that you weren't even aware half of the time. So congratulations. Congratulations on doing that. Is there anybody else who is on right now who would like to have some channeling? So what I'm doing right now, you can see that I'm doing, like I'm using my intuition, I'm channeling people, I'm putting focused attention on them. So everything that I do with my one-on-ones is like that. So with this new thing, it's a limited edition. It's just until September 1st. The one-on-one clients who want to come in, it's for healers and intuitives, and they really want to be able to have somebody of their par. They're looking for a you for you. They're looking for a me for me. And they've noticed maybe that there might be a bit of a mismatch in their business, and that they're not finding people who are on par with them. They're finding it's more people who are a couple steps back in the evolution, and they're wanting someone who can have the same intuitive power as them, and they can channel back and forth and grow, and it be super easy, like so easy. So this is what Gifted is going to be all about. So it's going to be private coaching in Voxer, $3,100 for 31 days. Or I have a mastermind, which is 10 days for $333. Yeah, perfect. So if nobody else is needing anything, I'm probably going to pop off, and I can't wait. Like, I'm beyond excited about this. I just know the end, like I am resurrected, motherfuckers. Like, I am so rebirthed right now. It's amazing. Like, it's going to be amazing for the people who come into my energy. Like, I'm so excited about the recent, the ego death that I went through, and now being resurrected and really coming back to home. And I can't wait to put those gifts and really share them with you guys, so that you can unravel your own gifts, so that you can sit here and channel people, or whatever it is your special gift is, right? Like, I can teach you the tools on what I do in my body and what I do in my brain and what I vibrate through my body to be able to channel. But you in progress will figure out your own healing modalities, because they often change and cycle through. And what I've found is it's not really about taking on somebody else's healing modality. It's about surrounding yourself with other healers and intuitives, so that you can tweak and invent your own modalities. Nope, that is all the information, Aubrey. So gifted is either 31 days of private coaching in Voxer or 10 days in a mastermind. That is the information. It's all Voxer. So I am going to pop off now, and I also don't know, like I might raise the prices for that too. So I might, because I'm only taking 10 people on the special for the one-on-one, and this could be a pre-sale price. Like I might end up raising it. I'm just feeling it out. Carolyn, I do see that you just popped here, so I'm willing to stay for a moment and do one more business channeling if you're still here. Carolyn Sykes, are you still on the live? Put a little heart or just like comment below and say yes again, because I seen that you did say yes, but I just want to make sure you're still here. And then also, if you're wanting me to channel, just share the video and comment below shared, and then I can go into reading you. Yay! Okay, Carolyn. The other thing is, I want you to tell me like what it is that you're really looking to happen in your business. Like what's the one thing, if something could plop down into your lap, what's the thing that you would want to happen? Like what would be the dream come true? Why don't you tell me that? And then I'll go into reading that and seeing what we can really dig up there. Definitely, I can already feel like a very outspoken type of energy with you. Like I can definitely feel that you say what's on your mind, and you're very good with your communication. So please tell me, Carolyn, what it is that you would want to happen in your business. Because I feel like bold is your style. This is the thing that I'm picking up right away, is like there's this very bold energy of this is me, I'm proud of who I am who I am, accept me. Okay, so you want to attract more sales. All right, so this is the human thing that we want, right? So this is the goal, basically. So we always do want to work on attaining the goal. And what we want to look at is, we always want to look at to lead with soul, to lead with what we really desire in our hearts. We want to go underneath the sales and say, okay, what is my soul craving out of the sales? Because what I'm seeing here, there's a groundedness and a rooting that it's getting out of that. I'm very much that way, but maybe not working with my design, which is responding. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so if you were to just be responding, your soul would fucking love that. Like your soul would be like, this is a motherfucking dream. But let's really go into attracting more sales, because really what it is it's like wanting to have this kind of grip, wanting to have this magnetism, wanting to really help more people, as I know what I do works for me. But there's a satisfaction level specifically that you're looking for. And it's almost like, I don't want to say a challenge, but it's like you do get off on contrast. You do get off on, okay, here's the big block. All right, baby, let's get in there and see what it is. Like there's definitely a satisfaction level with that. And I feel like you've trained yourself to do a lot of heavy lifting in order to feel your power. Because when you're lifting, you're also really feeling that strength. And what happens is when you have someone who's very, very stuck, it feels very much so like you bring the energy up from the root, and then you go like this and you purge it out. And then you're like, okay, there it is. So you're finally saying the thing. So what I feel like is there's a lot of groundwork that happens, and a lot of like untwisting things, and a lot of winding and like this and that, and like, okay, and then massaging it out, and like this and this, and like this whole big routine. And then after you've done all this work, this foundational stuff, then the client is like, oh, and then it gets extracted out of them. And then they say the thing and they're like, oh, I'm so relieved. So you're really helping women with this relief that they can feel not only in their souls, but in their body. Because I feel like also you're really good. I don't know what it is that you do, but if people have like digestive issues or like bloating and stuff like that, I feel that you help them with this, and that you help them with like being able to like take a poop if like, because I feel like honestly that people get backed up in their systems, and you help them release things, and then they release in all sorts of ways, whether it be laughter, burping, pooping, whatever it be. Like I feel that you release stuff in their body. And here's the next thing. So this is a really satisfying part of your soul. Okay, you do it with acupuncture. Okay, cool. So that's filling one part of your soul's satisfaction. And that's the part that feels like it takes up like the brunt work of your energy. And it's no problem and you can do it. But I also feel that there's an excitement piece that could be added. And it's not from that area. So when you have somebody, okay, let me just see. The other thing that would be really exciting is if there was people who you didn't have to do all that foundational work with, because you will have people at that level, right? We're always going to attract people who have like, okay, they need to get the, that stuff. But also, here's the next step that I feel for you is attracting people who have done lots of the foundational stuff. They've done lots of healing stuff. They've done lots of clearing space in their life or whatever. So maybe they've just went through a divorce, or maybe they've just done a big purge of their life. So you're not helping them purge now. What you are helping them with is create their dreams. What you are helping them with is, yes, of course there will always be purging, but what you are helping them with is the journey going forward instead of all this work on like releasing past stuff. And this could even look like, okay, here's a phase 1 that I do with you with acupuncture and this and that. And here's phase 2 and here's phase 3 is the next thing that's coming through. Because I feel like you have this thing and then another thing and then here's phase 3. So phase 3 is the easiest clients. So maybe it's somebody like me who continuously works with healers, who continuously every day works on herself, who is very healthy. You're not having to get me to clean up my diet. You're not having to like give me the basic first steps of like, okay, well, it could be this, it could be that. Because when someone first comes to you, maybe they're completely out of whack and you don't mind helping them, but there's so many different things that it could be and steps that need to be taken for you to like really identify the root. Okay, well, you got to cut out this, you got to cut out that. Are you drinking alcohol? How's your stress? How's this? How's that? Whereas if you take someone like me, who's a phase 3, there's no problem. Okay, so I'm not coming to you because I experienced something super traumatic and I need help with it. I'm not coming to you because I have a problem inside my body. I'm not coming to you because I'm breaking out in zits everywhere. I'm not coming to you because I have back knee. I'm not coming to you because I'm aching and paining. I'm coming to you because I desire to grow, period. Even though I don't have a problem. This is the exciting piece that your soul is really craving. This is what your soul really wants. And it's not that you have to let go of those other pieces, because that is part of the satisfaction of your work. And so what I've found is you've often taken people to the phase 3, but a lot of people don't have the commitment to go from phase 1, 2, 3. A lot of people will do like just phase 1 and now I'm good enough and now I'm at least not hurting. So here we go. Whereas when you get someone like me who maybe, okay, she's got the funds to pay for it, she's got the drive to do it because she really wants to, and now we don't have to problem solve, we just get to play, basically. So the first step in doing that is usually what you want to give that to yourself, right? So let's see what else. Okay, so if you were in the energy of playing, sexuality would come out even more. So I feel like you would be even super hotter. I see you showing body more. I see you showing good cleavage. I see you like starting to really play up your hair and things like that, because you'd also have all this other energy to create new things, new looks, new vibes, and you'd start to really be super into yourself. And so there's this playing energy. I see a new wardrobe. I definitely see like more body showing. And maybe you already show lots of body. If you already show lots of body, even more body, or in different types of way. Like your soul is now being expressed, and like everything she does lights her up. Everything down from the orange she eats at lunch to the way that she makes her bed and the new bedding that she bought and the trip she's going on to wherever in the Bahamas. You don't show your body. Okay, well, that'll be the next step. And to, you know, wherever it is. So do you notice how what you're wanting to do is like bring excitement into people's life? So what you've got to do is start getting excited about your life and the newness. And more, so this should be like more of your active income. Whereas maybe if there's a way, I don't know if there's a way, but for your other like phase 1 and 2, if you have to be hands-on for acupuncture, there's no way around that. But I wonder if there's another way that you could create passive income with some of your other stuff so that you can be a lot in the active income with the phase 3 client. This would be cool. And do you wear high heels at all? Because I also feel like that should be or could be added in. So maybe it's really about like stepping outside the box, stepping outside your comfort zone. And what are your dreams? Like we know that you want to be excited. Okay, so that's cool. Because I also see like a flashy-ish sort of car that maybe you're going to work up to. It feels like it could even be like a classic car or like an iconic car. Okay, so you like the shoes. So it's really about creating this very exciting energy without this, I have to do something right now, right? And what the nervous system feels sort of bored and sort of not super stable and sort of like ready to go. It feels like, because when I tap into your actual cells, when I take my channel into your nervous system and my cells, it's like, okay, I'm sort of bored, but also I'm afraid to like go into hustle and I'm afraid to go into overdrive and I'm afraid to like overdo. So actually, I'm not going to get super excited about the next step, because what if the next step is too much work? What if the next step leads me to burnout? What if the next step, so there's an avoidance in the next step because there could be potential frustration attached to it, because anytime you start something new, of course there's a learning curve, right? Of course it's not the autopilot thing that you're just used to doing. So here's the thing that I feel is that, okay, here's the next step, and also that you are or could be avoiding it a little bit because of fear of redoing, and oh, I just built my business structure and this and that. Or maybe it's even about, okay, I already have this 9 to 5, and then I have these other things that people can go into, like this is just another thing on my plate. So it's really about trusting yourself to navigate the pressure, trusting yourself to step into the potential hustle, the potential overdrive, and knowing that you are willing to work hard, like you are willing to do that, and you get to stop whenever you choose and have a break. So just because you're going to be working harder for a moment while you get together new marketing, while you design a program, while you are super consistent online or showing up in Instagram or whatever it is, yes, that's going to take a little bit more energy, but you can also trust yourself to manage the energy and to be able to navigate it. And there's also a fear of disappointment in there for sure. Like I can also feel like, okay, what if I put all this work in and all this intention in? And it's not even about like the physical work, because your body is physically capable. It's more of like, do I even have time to be thinking about this all the time? Like, do I have the mental capacity to be holding space for like this other thing that's a potential? It's not even a for sure, it's a maybe. So am I willing to put all this energy into a maybe? So that's the thing, and it'll be worth it. It'll be so worth it for how you'll feel, because how you'll feel when you're doing it will give you so much more energy. And then if the goal is to like stop doing other stuff, then you'll be able to. But anytime you're in the middle of that transition period of like, okay, I have this full-time thing, and then I'm also trying to get clients here. Yeah, of course you're going to have to work a little harder. We've all been there. We've all been there. Sometimes it's not just super easy. It's not just fluff and flowers, right? So if you were going to do something of mine, you could do, of course, the gifted, the one-on-one private coaching at $3,100, or the 10-day mastermind at $333. Or the other thing that could be cool for you is the 10-day one-on-one coaching, which is $1,111. That could be cool. Hi, Amber. Do you want to do an intuitive business channeling? That would be fun. Okay. So, and also, Carolyn, if you haven't shared the video, that would be amazing if you could share the video. So, Amber, you motherfucking juicy queen, you. Okay, so Amber, let's do it. Okay, so what, Amber, do you want to happen in your business? So what we're going to do, we're really channeling soul to see how we can, thank you, Carolyn, how we can satisfy the soul while also raising, like doing good in the business. Okay, so if you could choose something to have, like what do you want to happen in your business or in your life, whatever it is right now, what is the thing that you're wanting? Because here, the first thing I'm kind of picking up on while I wait for you to come forward with that is this really like prize for your achievements. Like, you know that you've put the work in, you know you've been intentional, you know you've been consistent, you know that you show up, you know you're amazing, you know your value, like you know your worth. Like there's not a ton of doubt. Of course, we all have a little bit of doubt, but it's like, okay, I put in all the work and now I'm ready to receive. This is the thing that I'm feeling that you're wanting. And I'm also ready to receive recognition. So I'm ready to receive not only the material thing, but I'm also ready to receive, yes, I'm ready to receive the relationships that I know I'm worthy of. I'm ready to receive also the material things and also the recognition for everything that I've done. Because I feel like you have done so much and that you're super giving and that you do a lot for other people. And you do it from a really beautiful space. Like you actually do want to. Here is what I feel is that in the past, you've done that and you've not been reciprocated. So you've maybe like give. And this could be with men. This could be with clients. This could be with parents. I do feel like there's a parent thing in there for sure of like, how good do my grades need to be in order to get acceptance? How much do I need to win this sport in order to get acceptance? Like that was the time that you would get attention from like parents or auntie or whoever it be when you accomplished something really amazing. It was like, yay, like we're so proud of you. So what I feel like your soul is really craving, so what I feel like your soul is really craving is to be recognized just for you, not because like you accomplished this thing. Well, yes, that's cool. We do want recognition for that as well. But what about like when you're just being you? Like what about just how amazing of a person you are without even having to accomplish anything and without having to prove that you did the work and so you deserve the thing. So this is what I feel your soul is really wanting, is this like unconditional love piece that you give everybody else and how you can also apply that even more to yourself. And the way that you're going to fulfill that is it has to be people who see you for specifically your soul, right? So even when we look at men, of course we want men to like love our body and our juicy asses and our tits and give us all the compliments and this and that, but also like men who can truly see who we are and what we did for them and why we did it. Do you know what I mean? Like women, maybe we cooked them dinner or maybe we put on a special dress for them, but also not just because of what it looked like and did for them, but why we did it, like the deeper meaning behind it. So same thing when we look at business and marketing, is if we can get really clear on the why. So it's like, okay, you want more soulmate clients, basically for pleasure. And what I'm feeling is you really want your clients to like knock your socks off the way that you would want to knock your men. Because I feel like when you go into like a container with a mentor, I feel like you are so excited to like be the star client, to be the ultimate client, like to go out there and be enthusiastic and do all the work, right? I am nexting men all the time if they don't see my value. Love that. Fucking next. So what I'm feeling that your soul is really wanting is clients who are on par with your work ethic and the way that you show up and the way that you're willing to do the work and the way that you treat other people. Like, you are memorable. Like, you're one of my favorite people to like chit chat in comments with on Facebook. So what I'm feeling is what your soul is really wanting is a match to that. You know what I mean? Like, somebody who also does that just because, no reason behind it. Somebody who comes and does mentoring or coaching with you and shouts you out without you asking her or like wanting her to, writes the testimonial just because. Like, that woman, the one who fucking has your back, the ride or die. You know that friend that you called to bitch about the guy and she's like, let's go. Or you're like, the friend that you called to bitch about the girl and she's like, let's go beat her up. That's me. That's how I am. I'm that girl. You tell me the girl that's pissing you off and I'll be like, let's go get her. Like, I'm going to be the one who validates you. And it's just like, yeah, fuck her. She's a bitch. So anyways, point being, the one who just has your back. So we want that with our clients, and we also want to give that to ourselves. Like, immediately I just know that we would vibe and do vibe. But also in being that and wanting to attract that into your business, you just being super upfront with like how you are, right? And I'm trying to think of if I can point out like any kind of defense mechanisms that you might be doing that aren't showing who you fully are. Because I feel also like you're super funny and that could be portrayed more with live videos, or because it's kind of hard to show your funniness in your posts, right? I feel like live videos are really going to show your vibe even more. Because I feel like there's this really funny, like, sort of ghetto, but not really ghetto. Like, I'm so ghetto. I don't even try to hide my ghetto. Like, I'm super ghetto. I'm not mature. I don't do the mature thing. Okay, I'm stepping up with my life. Okay, so is there a way that we can really see like this other side of you, this really juicy, funny girlfriend side of you? Like, is there a way that you can create connection where people... You're bougie and ratchet. Okay, that is a perfect caption. Can you make that a caption? I am bougie and ratchet at the same time. Say like, I'm a classy bitch and I'm also ratchet. Like, say something like that. Can I see that side of you? Like that really juicier side of you? And I'm not saying that you don't show it at all, because I can tell already that that's who you are. But the more you show like that kind of like ridiculous side, like I feel like we would just go shopping together and we would just try on like really skimpy outfits that were super over the top, and we'd be in Miami and then we would like go out wearing thong bikinis with nets over top. Yeah, and it's not even about turning it up, it's just about like taking that human down. Like really making sure that you're not trying to over professionalize things or over polish things. And I don't think you're doing a ton of that. But what happens is once you've done a bunch of self-work, it comes in hidden ways. So this is why I think in video, it's going to come across so well. I think that doing video and giving opportunities for people to have conversations like this with you, I think that would be such a beautiful thing. And even if I don't know if you want to do that, I definitely feel like your Facebook group is a good start if you have a Facebook group, something like that. Let's see if I can see anything else. Because I feel like that's the main thing, is what your soul is really wanting to show is more spice and more personality, right? And also, interesting enough, a variety of foods. Like I feel like you might always go to the same foods and that you get really bored with them. And so when you change food, so let's say you go for tacos and you don't normally go for tacos, or you go to like a Mexican restaurant that you don't normally go to, I feel like somehow that like messes, like it helps to like change up the energy of you. And I feel like you pull happiness from really good, vibrant foods, like red, like either chili peppers or red peppers, like fresh cilantro. And I keep seeing like these kind of like sort of Mexican fiesta fun foods. It doesn't have to be as literal as that. It can be just any food that makes you feel fun inside without a consequence of, oh, I feel fat. Like spicing things up in your life so that you feel also spicier in your business. That could be cool. I think a new photo shoot could be really cool too. Something like sort of casual and everyday, but also with your own vibe, right? Like with your own vibe added, like something maybe that shows you in your life. That could be really cool. And that could show a really good side of you. So if you were going to do something with me, the 10-day one-on-one, I think would be awesome. It's 1,111. Obviously I have the gifted thing that's going on. So it's a limited edition, gifted it's called, for people who already have intuition and they want to like really build on that. So it's private coaching, 31 days for 3,100, which is amazing since my private coaching is usually 10,000, or the mastermind, which is 10 days at 333. So one of those things could be really amazing for you. Okay, so I am going to go now. I'm going to hop off now that my 80s prom dress has made an appearance. And I can't wait to see you guys. If you want to jump in, I'm ready for you.